On it, we on it. You know that. We're doing this is episode number 10 of Corona Chaos. And I'll tell you what, man. I was down in the motherfucking dumps yesterday. Hardcore. My man James over there on the Wheels of Steel producer. So James, it was a tough day for us yesterday, man. You know, it was a tough day. You know, I think it was after Easter, plus the terrible weather, the wind whistling, the trash in the middle of the street. It was like Armageddon. My view on Bedford Street was Armageddon. Small businesses closing. I see it all day because of these windows. You know, it was crazy. But you know what you do? Like my man Frank Sinatra says, when life gets you down, you get back up, dust yourself off, and get back in the race. Because that's the only thing you can do. Cannot quit and cannot surrender to this madness. And let me tell you something. I was close yesterday. Like, I was like, man, I'm just going to lie on the couch and watch TV till this is done. But finished strong last night. Got 2 things done. Had some success with some other projects that we got going on. Went to bed on an uptick. Slept great. Only woke up once to go to the bathroom. Okay? And then, bing, bang, boom. I'm walking with my man Keith Mello today down at Battleship Cove. And we've been doing it. It makes me feel better, the exercise. And you know something? I highly recommend you get out there. You know? Exercise can do wonders for you. Listen, you know, we're not breaking any time records there, believe me. But the 2.5, 3 miles are getting done. Keith, let's talk about our walk a little bit today. How did it impact you?
It was just great not being in the house, not sitting there doing the same old thing. And it's like, you know, and I told my wife, I'm like, all right, I'm waiting for the call. I know it's coming. And I said, all right, what's up? Okay, all right, I'll be there in a little bit. And sure enough, we go do the thing. And it's more people. I mean, it was last.
A lot of people out there, man. Yeah. The first day we walked, right, there was like 3 or 4 people.
If that.
Okay.
On Friday, yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Today, a different story.
Yes, there's people out. I mean, they seem to be taking the precautions. Yeah. That's good. But
what are the precautions? Like, I'm like, I got like corona shame. Like, if I gotta like cough, I gotta choke and like go to the back of the store and like hide it. You know what I mean? Because people are gonna be like, I'm not. Or if I gotta sneeze, or anything, you know, and it's allergy season, and I got the deviated septum issue, and I got all of it. It's like I'm afraid to even walk by somebody sometimes. It's like, you know, it's like the corona shaming. I mean, when should we be wearing masks?
I mean, basically, the whole thing with these masks, the people. Those masks aren't protecting you. They're protecting everybody else from the possibility of you spreading germs.
So if that's the case, they should have put a mask on me when I was 5 years old. If I'm protecting others around me. Right, so, Johnny, you said you want masks in supermarkets, right?
Right.
Tell me why.
Well, people have their hands on all sorts of types of...
Yeah, and the food component is there, too.
So people are touching things that you'll be touching, and then you can spread it that way. And also, you're close to each other.
Sure.
Shoppers.
Sure. It's like it's like a triple threat of spreading corona. Now, have you worn a mask, Johnny, in the supermarket?
No, I haven't.
No?
No. I think I have a healthy fear of the disease, but I don't...
Yeah. A healthy fear is exactly where I'm at, my brother.
Yeah.
A healthy fear. Should it be mandatory to wear masks in supermarkets or retail joints, like all of the essential stores, your convenience where you're buying your milk, your bread?
Yeah, the whole thing with the mandatory though is when you're struggling just to find one, it's kind of hard to mandate. Oh, you got to have this.
Yeah.
Okay, well can you find me one?
Yeah, and that pisses me off. You want to know who's dropped the fucking ball with this shit? I'm gonna tell you who's really dropped the ball. Okay. The supermarket and the suppliers not being able to keep up. I mean, come on, man. Come on. We can build planes that can hear a fog do its thing in the middle of the Amazon. Okay? You know, I mean, we can't get enough. Somebody shut their phone off, please. Is that you, Judd?
That's me.
No big deal, bro. Like come on, hand sanitizers. I couldn't get any disinfectant to clean the glass of the tables off. I went to 5 different stores. Come on. What's going? Is it that bad?
I don't know if
because this is something that we should be able to handle.
Yeah.
People should have enough toilet paper, and people should have enough hand sanitizer. We are the greatest country in the world.
Like hand soap, just like regular hand soap. You go anywhere, it's like, if you can find me it, let me know. You go. It's like, you're going into department stores. It was in Target a couple of days ago, and right when you walk in, they already have a thing saying, all right, basically stuff that people are pounding on the doors for, just to let them know right away. If this is what you're looking for, you're not going to find it here.
Really? Yeah. Now, what were those items, Keith?
It varies. There's been times I've seen no toilet paper, hand sanitizer, sometimes soap, cleaning supplies.
I went to 5 different places yesterday. I couldn't get anything that I wanted. Yeah. I couldn't get anything they wanted. And I don't think, people say, Americans are whining during this crisis, enjoy it, spin it into a good thing. Adversity is opportunity. Yeah, I hear you. I'm trying to do that. We're working, man. We're working. We're trying to. We're trying to keep the lights on. I got a lot of my money invested in this place. But I don't think having hand sanitizer, a bottle this big, okay, should be impossible to get.
Nope.
And I'm telling you, I went to 5 different places. Okay? I went to supermarkets. I went to CVS. I went to Walgreens. I went to one of the open places. Trying to find me a hidden one. It was crazy. And it's just, it should be better than this. We talked about self-scouting. We talked about having a better communication. We talked about getting a better jump. All the things we could have done a little bit better, the retailers have to maintain their end of the thing, and we need to have warehouses, or some type of plan where if this type of thing comes, you're going to get the essentials to be an effective combatant of it. The mask is nice, everything's nice, but it starts with the washing of the hands and the cleanliness of where you live, certainly, and who you're encountering. But just the image, from the corona chaos. We asked that question today on social media about some of the lasting images of corona, and for me, it will be the empty. One of them will be the empty shelves in the supermarkets.
Absolutely.
That's one of the. John, what's an image that you'll take away?
What's that like?
What's an image that you'll take away? An everlasting image.
A picture of New York City.
Yeah, New York City with nobody in it, right?
Nobody in it, yeah.
It's crazy. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine what that must be like?
It's like.
I think Bedford Street's freaky. I smoked a cigarette in the middle of Bedford Street. That was one of my lasting image. Friday night, 11:30. I'm out there for 5 minutes talking on the phone. I'm I'm in the middle of Bedford Street, man, and there ain't a car or a jacket in sight.
When you see the news reporting from New York City from Times Square, and there's nothing going on. Lights are out, and it's just
we talked about Boston today, right? Me and you.
Yeah.
About Boston being a ghost.
The last
James, what's one of your images from this thing? Anything jump out at you?
Just a lot of the shields that's being built in the corner stores.
Yeah, you said that blew your mind, right? When you saw that go up.
And that's pretty crazy.
Yeah. The American nurse, obviously, there is a lot of them for sure. But getting back to where I started, right? We're gonna get into all this. We're gonna get to the facts and the figures and all the stuff we talk about every night. But yesterday, I'm more concerned right now about people's mental health than their physical health. Okay? I see the people that I know and love that are riding the rail. Okay? That are struggling. That money's starting to run out. Stress is starting to run out. Had a great conversation with a single father. Okay? He's got his kid. He goes, Mike, if I had 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do. I'd probably try to jump out the window. His kid's an athlete, an exceptional athlete at like 5 or 6 years old. And the kid's all over the place. And, Dad, when can we go outside? Well, can't go outside because it rains. Okay, well, let's play horse in the house. I mean, it's like, the teachers are dealing with this, Thank God they're as good as they are. But people are starting to wear down.
Oh, you knew that was bound to happen.
I see it. I see people starting to, really. Some guy, when we walked, did you notice the guy that was sitting down saying, "Don't believe the hype. This virus is." Did you see him?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, the guy was screaming.
Yeah.
Screaming it.
And that's...
Is that just for New Bedford, or is that, because, there's unfortunately, there's people like that, like, you see them in places like this a lot.
And that's the other extreme. I think that's the other extreme of this.
Yeah.
There's the people who are the apocalypse is coming. That's the other extreme, basically saying, "Oh, this is nothing."
No,
it's
it's
like,
a
well, the bodies
yeah.
piling up say otherwise.
Yeah. Well, so we do get a problem about bodies piling up, because I don't think that they're piling up. You may,
No.
and we're going to discuss again. John, what's up?
I know the ship they moved into New York.
Yeah.
It's like mostly empty.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be. They expected tens of thousands of
People,
people.
sure, yeah. They said there'd be 200,000 people. The hospitals would be overrun.
Right.
Like, I don't want to trivialize it, but it's, somebody said to me, it's like the meteorologist predicted a 3-foot blizzard and you get 7 inches.
Right.
And I mean, they get the death scrolls on the TV. I mean, all of it, but it appears that we're coming out of it. But
Yeah.
I'm not so sure the death tolls.
New York's still
Palm
taking it
up.
pretty hard.
It's not a conspiracy. Yeah, no, New York they're positive. Like their doctor, their state doctor, they was like, I mean, we're doing it. We might have put the worst behind us.
Yeah.
And hey, anytime you get off to a slow start, right? I mean, we got caught with our pants down in Pearl Harbor. We got caught with our pants down at 9/11. We got caught with our pants down by the Russians with Cuba. Okay? We got caught with our pants down with the Iranian hostage crisis. Anytime, and that happens in life, right? The guy who throws the first punch when the other guy, not ready for it. It's a tremendous advantage.
If one side doesn't do
Yeah.
the wrong thing, then there's no...
It's like starting a race and giving the other guy a head start. A lot of times they don't recover. But since then, I think we've done, a good job.
Social distancing has worked.
Without question.
Absolutely.
Social distancing will go down as one of the best policies implemented. A lot of people said that we're going to be in the age of social distancing. That the high fives and the bro hugs and all of that nonsense, that's the time of the past.
That, I don't know.
Did you see that happening, John? A little bit?
I have a tough time seeing that happen.
Yeah. I don't want that. I'm going to hug you when I see you. And I'll even hug you, Keith.
All right.
And James, you'll get a hug too. And Milton, you're definitely going to get a hug. I'm that guy. I cannot live my life being socially distanced out of it. I can't do it. I'm not the guy. I am not your poster boy for Corona, like Dudley Do Right, like do the right thing. That's not me. I try. We gave ourselves a B-, right, James, the other night?
Yeah, we're rated about a B-.
Yeah, about a B-. It's crazy. James, you want to talk about the situation that your family's going through, or you want to keep that PG?
Yeah. But 2 of my siblings, my brother, my older sister, and my little brother, have the virus, and they're fighting it, and they've been quarantining and doing everything they can do to.
They're not in a hospital though, but they take care of themselves. They were told to stay home. Yeah.
And it's very real, and definitely hit home. I mean, like, you talked about one of the lasting images. I remember seeing the Facebook post that my little sister posted. One of my close family members had it, and I was freaking out.
I heard you jump up. I heard you. Me and James have been cellmates through this, and much more luxurious than that scumbag Tom Hodson's office space. That's for sure. And we feed you a lot better. We don't spend 9 cents on a meal, so we can go hire a secretary to run the jail and pay it $100,000, whatever it happens. But and the TV is on. We do have TV. You know, there's water. Drinking lots of water. I feel good. Me and James wake up every day like, how you feel, bro? How you feel? You feel good? Yeah, I feel good, man. You sure? Yeah. How you feel? I feel pretty good, man. I feel good. It's like, I haven't been to the doctors in 20 years. So let's knock on wood that we can continue to do it. But I say we give ourselves a B-. The Massachusetts Bristol County numbers are unbelievable.
Bristol County, last check, 1,300, just under 1,400 cases.
Sure.
Which, that's below the curve.
Sure. How many deaths, Do you have a number? You've been having a tough time finding that, right?
Yeah, it's always...
Who would be the go-to person to find that? Would it be somebody who works in county government, possibly?
You could probably do that. I mean, the last time I found it was just kept on going and going until you found a
site.
site.
It's tough to find. Tough to find.
Fall River, as far as I know, there still is yet to be any death.
Knock on wood,
Unfortunately,
knock on wood, baby, gonna knock on wood.
Unfortunately, our sister city, 7 of them. Whereas there's 3 yesterday. Last update a couple hours ago, another 4. But they have 57 cases to our 46. So.
Sure. And the Massachusetts rate of curing is. I don't think they lost a person without a precondition or under the age of 70 yet. You want to talk about hitting for big numbers. That's big numbers. Let's talk about numbers. In the world, 1.9 million cases and almost 120,000 dead. Now, Keith, you talked about death tolls for this. Malaria comes in at 237. The flu comes in worldwide at 163. Traffic accidents 313. AIDS 390. And malaria 2,200. About 220,000. You think those numbers will get to that level?
No, it won't get to those levels. It's going to be comparable, and like I said last time around, I was thinking between 60 and 80,000, because part of it, at some point, it's going to taper off. Things are going to get somewhat back to normal, but you're going to have people who are affected, who are testing positive now, who are going to die from it 6-8 months down the road, and that adds to the total. You get a lot. You could get that.
Yeah, let's hope not.
Let's hope not. Let's hope it ends at this 20,000.
I think it's like the flu, like I suggested. Don't get me wrong. And listen, we told the line with CNN for the first 3 or 4 shows, and then when we did that statistics show, that's when people started really getting interested, and the numbers just didn't support it. I took numbers from conservative sites. I took numbers from progressive liberal sites. I found the mean. I looked into it. I researched it for 4 or 5 hours, and I said to myself, these numbers are not matching up to the predictions. And then 72 hours later, which is a long time in a live news cycle, the networks, Fox and CNN predictions were much closer to mine than what theirs were earlier. Because if you look at the numbers, do numbers lie, Judd? The numbers really don't lie, right?
Right.
Yeah, at the end of the day. The numbers were there. Speaking of numbers, 600,000 plus cases in the USA, 25,165 dead, but I'm sure that number probably has gone up since I researched about an hour ago. And 20,300 new cases. So people think that we're coming to the top of the spear of the surge. In Fall River, 0 deaths. In Mass, 28,000 plus cases. And you're looking at death toll approaching 1,000 at 957. So Mass was like at a 98% cure rate. Nobody's died in Fall River yet. Bristol County's numbers are better than the national average. USA, and the world, the percentage for the world was last year reported around 5.6%. Maybe we could do that now, Keith, to find out what it is. You got 1.9 million, and 119,000 have died. So that's the numbers. Speaking of numbers, okay, are our commercials okay, James, or is that still an issue? All right, no, we'll hold on for 1 second. When we get back, we're going to talk about Trump halting the World Health Organization funding. Keith has some big numbers from that. And we're going to talk about the battle to reopen the United States economy. Governors lining up, taking sides. East Coast and West Coast are aligned. But you have the 7 governors from and all Republican, by the way. And I said that because they all are. Arkansas, Iowa, Nebraska, North Dakota, South Dakota, Utah, and Wyoming refuse to implement stay-at-home orders and relax the economy. So, once again, looking like we are the divided states of America, man. Dang, somebody better write a song about that. I am the Hurricane. We got more for you right here. We got my main man, Johnny Mac. He's here today to celebrate the launching of a new business venture, classic high school sports channel by the people at Herring New Media. We got my man Keith Mello, Real Fall River. In the house, got my man James, my man Milton, and me, the Hurricane. We're going to be back right after this. These sponsors make it happen, so check them out. We'll be back.
Years younger, come to Spa Number 5, the Face Fox, located at 580 Wood Street in Bristol, Rhode Island. From Botox fillers to laser fillers and top-of-the-line skincare, Spa Number 5 has all you need to feel beautiful again. Go to spa-5.com or visit us at 580 Wood Street in Bristol, Rhode Island. Take advantage of all our fall specials happening now. Spa Number 5, the Face Fox.
Check, 1, 2. Microphone checker. So about 6% of the people in the world who get it will die.
6.2.
In Massachusetts, it's under 2%. Okay? So there you go. There you go. And like I said yesterday, it was just beat up. What is your worst day of this coronavirus been like? Yesterday was my worst day by far. Like nothing close. Yesterday was my worst day by far.
I think it was probably the first 3 days after I had been home, and I went to open my claim, and it was like, okay, sitting there waiting, going on the site every day to see if it went through. Yeah. That was.
And you're very good managing your money. You're very. You like to have your money right. You know.
It took a move to the suburbs to figure that out.
Are you gonna be okay financially with the unemployment?
I should be.
Yeah.
I should be. Hopefully, if we're still in place, then that's like one of the things I'm worried about. Not just with me, with everyone else. Businesses that could close. I look forward to going back. Doctors' offices can't stay closed forever, and hopefully, and when we get back to it, I mean, I don't anticipate.
Would you want to go back to work tomorrow?
Absolutely. Yeah. Because I know what I'm getting, almost $300 I'm getting after taxes.
But you're probably making more money, right?
With the $600, yes, I am. But the thing is, I know that's not going to last forever. And here's the whole thing, like we talked.
Not a bad country, though.
No, it isn't. And
not a bad country. I hear you. You know, good. I haven't got any yet either.
Like last week when Pete was in and he mentioned, what motivates the person to go back. I'm like, real simple. You get the call from your boss saying, come back to work. Oh, well, I'm making $1,000 plus staying home. Okay, no problem. I'll find somebody else. That's going to run out. The unemployment is going to run out.
As it should.
That's the motivator. You get the call, you go back, or you're out of work.
Listen
and
to
then
me.
You lose everything.
Listen to me right now, fellas. Pigs get fat, hogs get slaughtered, as they should. So you're looking forward to going back to work. John, have you got any money yet?
I'm sorry?
Have you got the stimulus yet? The check?
No, not yet.
Did you apply for it?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, well, if you had it, we'll we could.
They said it's going to be at least a couple months.
No, they said 80 million is getting dispersed this week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, let me see my notes. 80 million, hold on. 80 million people will get stimulus checks this week. The people who had active accounts got them first. Now this is the checks. 30% of the people that were getting checks, it was going right into their active IRS account. The rest, we're going to have to wait longer. But they say it's happening this week, so we're going to make sure you're signed up and ready to go.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
That's why it's good to keep these old papers around, right? We've been saving these. There's a bunch more too, right?
Oh yeah.
All right, we've been saving these.
Got a whole box full.
Awesome. Yeah, that's all. I love to keep your notes. Love to keep the notes. Should we be wearing masks? That was a conversation, that's been had. Have you been in any awkward moments? Me and Brian were in a few at Papagino's and other places. Any awkward moments where you might have got too close to somebody, or they might have got to you, or somebody might have coughed in your direction? I mean, I know I cough on you every time I'm with you. But,
not really so much with that. I mean, but like I said, I'm doing my thing, trying to keep as far, because basically as part of respect someone's personal space to begin.
I think if somebody violates the corona conduct, give them a pass the first time. The second time, say, hey, listen, man, I got other people I'm going to be in contact with. I got to respect that. Boom, boom, boom. I don't think you should jump down their throat the first time or two. And I've seen it. I've seen retail clerks do it to people. I've seen people in line do it to people. It happened to me. It happened to Brian. Okay? It happens. And that's where people run around with a short fuse. And when you look at the mental health numbers of people in the United States, you know what I mean? This can't be helping. That's the silent crisis right there. Trump halts the World Health Organization funding. CNN today did a decent job handling it. They said they're flawed, that they lead to China. Everything that Trump and his people have put out. Keith, I think even you can get around the World Health Organization. Is a problem, right? Maybe not the best time to take the funding.
No.
during the pandemic. But, other people around the world are suffering, and regardless of how inefficient they may be, it's a critical time for them. Let's talk about the money spent, okay? And let's talk about whether this is the right time to do it.
U.S. funds something like, I think it was like 20% of the World Health Organization, but it's between 150 and 200 million.
And we fund 20% of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so it's been as high as $500 million, but
Sure.
depending, times like you had a tsunami, you had an earthquake, you've had,
Yeah, sure.
usually it's somewhere between 150 and 200 million is the average.
Yeah. And what's the problem? What's the problem with them? What are his reasons? Do you know any specific reasons?
It seems like it's just, like Harry Truman, the buck stops here. Donald Trump, the buck stops at the next, and it's just everything is. It's hard for me.
But CNN said it is tough to criticize the president for this move because of the flawed history and the reputation that they have. They did say that today. Jake Tapper said that. I was shocked when I heard it. So what type of reputation this was with Health Organization have?
Before now, I wasn't too.
Yeah.
I didn't know too much about him. Every now and then they do studies, and but other than that, I didn't know that much about him per se.
Yeah.
It just seems like he's with everything with him. He doesn't take ownership of anything, and I think the cynic. And he just makes it look
but what
like
can his
this is one
problem?
more thing.
Does he thinks that the WHO for China, right? That's what essentially it comes down to.
The thing is, if they lied for them, well, December 31st, the World Health Organization.
We have a World Trade Organization too.
Yeah.
And that's what they're talking about. Like, who do you believe more, the World Health Organization or the World Trade Organization? Interesting. Cutting funding to a health organization sounds like an oxymoron in these times.
Yeah, especially.
But in his defense, the opposition meeting, because that's what it's turned into. Okay, and I watched that. I never watch Fox, and I very rarely watch MSNBC. They found it hard to criticize the president about that. They did talk about the timing of it. Doesn't really sound like the best time, Judd, right, to do this? To take the funding from the World Health Organization? As Trump did today? A lot of money. We spend them 20% of their budget.
Yeah, that's a small amount of money, though, considering how much we give out.
Sure, yeah, no, it does, yeah. I can live with 20%.
Yeah, I think that's okay.
But he took it all in the middle of the crisis.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see how that works. How that works out too. Now it's the money question. The battle to reopen the United States of America for business. When does that happen?
Yeah, that's a good question.
When does that happen? When can I take my fat ass to Horseneck Beach, put my sand in the toes, and ride some waves? Body surf. I can do that.
Something like that. That's something.
When is that going to happen?
So I'm saying, that's not something you can just
Fenway,
set up.
Is Fenway Park going to open? Are the Celtics, are the NBA going to have a playoff? When am I going to get my summer fix?
And that's all up in the air.
When can I go have something to eat on the patio at Mesa on a nice day? The simple pleasures in life. What do you miss the most about this? About the social, the quarantine in Johnny? The first day we all get let out of quarantine in hell. What are you gonna do?
Right. Well, I'm living with my brother right now.
Yeah, in Westport.
So we have each other for company.
Yeah.
We do.
But what are you gonna do the first day you get out? First day, it's good to do your thing. Where are you gonna go?
First day I go out, probably the beach.
The beach? Yeah, I hear you. Yeah.
The beach.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Keith, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna go and sit down in whatever restaurant that I haven't been able to. I'm gonna order a glass of wine, order a beer,
Yeah.
order my food and just sit down and
Yeah, I hear you. James, what's on your agenda?
Beach for sure, definitely.
Yeah.
But there's a restaurant. I think I agree. I agree over there. I got a restaurant that I want to go to and sit down and eat some food. I think I want to do that too. That sounds, because I used to do that.
I
Just
hear you.
go to restaurants by myself, hang out.
Are movie theaters open? Movie theaters are not open, huh? No. Do you think there'll be a staggering opening up of the economy? That's what they're saying.
probably start off.
It's going to come in shifts.
Yeah, in a lot of places, the seating capacity is 300, and it's only going to be 200 for the time being, and then slowly work its way up.
It's called the magic word. Remember who told you this first. Remember this. Herd immunity. That will be the next buzzword. Herd immunity means when there are crowds, people will have either had it and been cured or didn't have it and be safe. And it's not going to be able to spread. And once you have that herd immunity, that it's not going to be crazy cases reported for people getting together. Then that's when your parks and everything else is going to start opening up. Herd immunity, where enough people have been exposed to it, enough people have been through it, okay, and then the virus comes through. Then the vaccine comes. So right before the vaccine, we're going to be at the herd immunity level. They're hoping for July, August for the herd immunity. You, Keith, you don't think there's going to be any football this year?
Still up in the air as of right now. I mean, here's what, and I want to sit here and basically July sounds like to be pretty much. It seems to be pretty much the thing where you'll know better. If we're still not to the point where businesses aren't opening and we're still, then we'll know better.
I think it's coming. I think it's coming. The opening's coming sooner or later. The French study, bad news for the company that Trump was talking about, hydroxychloroquine. Chloroquine. A French study has said it is ineffective against the coronavirus, and a bunch of countries have stopped using it. Top doctors tell Trump U.S. isn't ready yet to reopen the economy. Chill, Mr. Trump. It's not ready. We're with you. We feel you, but we're not quite ready. And Trump said he's going to listen to the governors. Does he have to listen to the governors, or does he not have to listen to the governors?
It's their call. I mean, it's their call. It's in the Constitution. There are certain powers the presidents don't have.
He must have backed off because he said he could do whatever he wants, and he still said it, but...
Because he probably had enough lawyers who know better to say, dude, you can't do this.
Yeah. Economists say it's going to take till 2021 for the economy to fully recover.
That's
So it's the rest of the year. That's about 18 months. I see that for sure. We're going to end with this. There's a corona model with math and the science and the doctors and all of it, like putting data. And it says the viruses will peak out by May, okay? And then that's when the recovery will begin. And the people being able to associate, and the numbers will drop down and down and down. And they said this model has held true in China and in Italy. This is on CNN's website today. That there's a corona model, okay, with a combination of scientists, doctors, contributed health people, and they say, and it's been on the money in Italy and China. But how do you validate the data from China? You know what I mean? Like, how does that? I mean, I don't know. They're never going to tell us the truth.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know, it's not going to happen. So, even talk about them in numbers and statistics and stuff, it's really counterproductive because, you know, they're a closed society and have been for a long, long, long time.
And one thing about the premier of China, he's in there till he wants to be. He doesn't have to worry about the next election. So,
oh, you got that right, brother. My brother was in China. He booked a Chinese record. He was very close to his translator and his driver, and he was like, take me to Tiananmen Square. And they're like, what are you talking about? What is Tiananmen Square? Wow. and it lasted for a long time. My brother got very angry because he got very, very close to these two guys. He was there for 2 years. Yeah. But that's how close they are. Where is Tiananmen Square? You know the guy in front of the tank? That was the picture of the year. Like, that was the lasting image, probably of a generation. We talk about last image of the corona. We talk about the last image, that was it. So, I mean, can you really trust the Chinese government? And I love the Chinese people. They're beautiful people, man. This ignorant shit that's going on, and they're getting vandalized and harassed and hate crimes. You know, unfortunately, very American. You know,
and that's one of our.
We have a long history of that. What we did to the. I mean, people were killing German Shepherd dogs during World War II. Like, the dog had anything to do with Hitler trying to kill 66 million Jews. You know what I mean?
Knew about the intern camps. Didn't know
of course. You know, it's a crazy thing. But, you know, can you trust the numbers? I don't know. Can you trust the numbers from Italy? Italy's got an economic system and a government system that is embarrassingly poor. You know? And I'm surprised that the people tolerate it, but it's rife with corruption, rife with people, you know, I don't know. So, how, man, can you trust those numbers? Who knows? But the corona model, and I want to end on good news, says that the virus will be peaked by May. And my numbers research and what I'm gaining to, I'm all in on that number by May. By May. Anything else left to talk about, fellas? We got anything?
There's one last thing.
Yep.
See here, Triumph. Tonight, that's not a British motorcycle company.
Yeah.
It's not a power rock and roll band out of Toronto. It's the world throughout this.
Yeah.
And that's what we're going to do.
It's the frontline worker, baby. It is cheers to the doctors and the nurses around the world.
Cheers.
And the medical professionals that are on the front lines. And, you know, the people who weren't worth $15 an hour for minimum wage, that are on the front lines at your convenience stores, that are selling your water, selling your lottery tickets, selling your cigarettes, selling you your beer so you can get through it, selling you a loaf of bread.
Stocking your shelves overnight while the rest of the world is asleep.
Yeah. Anyway, you're doing that and working with the retail public, and of course your first responders out there as well. If you're on the front lines, man, I tip my cap to you. That's for sure. We are the Hurricanes. We're on the front lines of the journalism effort in this coronavirus. It's our 10th show. We're going to keep it coming. We give you the facts. We give you the figures. We give you the stories from the front lines. And we give you some interesting things to talk about. I am the Hurricane. From my brother from another mother, Judd McDonald. From my man, Keith Mello. To my man on the wheels of steel, James Creator Capra. And Milton, my man, on back there, getting our YouTube project off the ground. We are a working studio. If you want to work, you want to get involved, doors open. We got a big tent, okay? And we try to do our best with the social distancing. Tomorrow, same bad time, same bad chili. You know how we do it. Peace.
Podcast City. Get on it. Podcast City. Get on it.